Welcome back, everybody. George's Adventure Cars, and well, you might be wondering what the title. Well, literally, it just means Sunday sit, and I'll show you my cars. But it could also be an innuendo for my last video I did. Well, I had to make it two parts: Freedom Friday, Part One and Part Two. And well, Part One is because I knocked over the camera and I just about ruined the whole video. I thought I almost ruined a car, but I managed to save it. And I thought, okay, well, the first part still works okay. So I thought I'd make a second part. And what I don't understand is, okay, here it is here. I show you. So Freedom Friday Part 2, I got 60 views. And Freedom Friday Part 1, only 44 views. I thought, what? Wow, what's going on? Like, why would you just watch the second part and not think, oh, well, maybe I should check out the first part? So that's like 16 people didn't watch the first part. So that's really odd. I don't know why that happened, but please, those 14 of you that watched the second part, please watch the first part, and let's have 60 views for each. But anyways, that's the way it goes on YouTube, I guess. So, well, like I showed you that I have this wood plank. Let's move the chair back a bit. Oop, I got this wood plank on the edge of the railing. And well, I just about knocked it off and ruined everything. But, you know, I mean, that's the way it is. So I'm not going to put the turntable out because, you know, I can just open them up and show you by hand, like old-fashioned way of doing it. And so let's continue on. So, of course, before I had a turntable, I would just show you the packages, open them up, and here I'm adjusting my camera or my phone. So here we go. I think that'll work, and we lock everything down. All right, well, as you can see in the background, there's a little pump house for the well. We have well water on the property, and I found out it's an artesian well, and it may not have the best water, but apparently, well, we have this water filter in the basement of the house that's supposed to filter out a lot of the stuff, and but I was told shouldn't really drink it, but I use it for, you know, cooking anyways and taking showers. And so anyways, let's get on with the video because you don't want to hear me talk about this beautiful place I live at. All right, so anyways, let's continue. All right, well, Saturday morning I went out hunting, and well, sometimes Hot Wheels Canada will bring in the USA packaging. That's where you see guarantee for life, and you see new for 2025, unlike the Canadian package. Well, not Canadian, but international packaging, which just says 2025, and an airplane flying overhead. And so this is a new one, and well, 2025. So this is a US, so it's the HIJ K case. And this is Little Roar. Okay, this is very cool. It's part of the Safari Mode 505, and it's a very cool Mini done up in a rally version, and that's really neat. So I thought that was a cool find, and I found some more. Of course, the American cases have Zamac in them, and well, there were 3 other guys in the morning with me, and I didn't grab any off the shelf, but they handed me a couple, so that was really nice of them. And so I thought, okay, pretty cool. So new for 2025. Here's the 90 Honda Civic EF, and like I said, an American package, so that's really cool. That's really nice to find. Too bad they didn't put taillight tampos on, but you get the side graphics and the headlight details. Hot Wheels 70s versus 90s, and I'm not sure what the 90 version is. Oh, I think it's the new, well, 10th generation Civic. But anyways, it was very cool to find this in green. And then the next one I found is this really cool casting. Land Rover Defender 90, then and now. And this looks really cool in the, well, what is it? Not really yellow. I don't know what color you call this, but anyways, it's very cool. Now, this casting has been out before, and I think in a couple cases ago, and I found a, well, international packaging of this one, which is this edition. Now it's the part of the Hot Wheels Hot Trucks. And when I remember when this case came out, I never bought it because I thought, okay, well, there were other vehicles I wanted to get. And so I passed it up, and then I never saw it again. But the Dollar Tree got some older cases in, and that's where I found this one. And I thought, this is really nice. This is a beautiful casting. And so now, of course, finding the new edition of it, I'm so happy to have both of them. And well, let's look at well, I was going to say Zamac, but let's look at two others that I found, and they are recolors. Well, at least one is. I'm not sure about the other. Guaranteed for life, guaranteed for life. Well, here's the very cool new edition of VW T3 Custom, and I think that looks really cool. And so that's a nice one to have. And then the other one is, well, this is the 69 Dodge Coronet Super Bee in yellow with black graphics. And for you Mopar fans, I think you'll love this one. And so that's really neat. So I had to get that one because, well, I love this casting. And, well, the 69 Super Bee was very cool. Very cool front end styling and the rear end styling and just overall. So very nice there. I love it. With the big tires on the back and small ones on the front. So that was really neat. And then, well, let's look at the Zamac now. Now, as far as I know, there were only two Zamacs in this case, but maybe there were more and I just didn't get them. But this is very cool. Cadillac Project GTP Hypercar. And I tell you, any of these castings in Zamac look absolutely awesome, and they're definitely worth getting. They look cool painted up and tampos put on, but somehow Zamacs just look extra special, and that's why everybody loves these. So that is really cool. And then I love it with the gold spoked wheels on it. And the next one is a fantasy casting. Very cool punk rod. Now, it was a first edition, what, last year, I think? And I thought, okay, well, you know, I wasn't really into collecting fantasy castings. But when they're cool like this, like a Zamac, I definitely want to get it. So I got this one. Well, actually, like I said, one of the other three guys that was in there, one grabbed it off the pegs and said, here you go. I thought, okay, cool, thanks a lot. Now, this one, well, it has a plastic chassis. Okay. Anyway, so I thought this is really cool. Like I said, the Zamac makes it look so much better than just the painted up version. And well, this is actually a very cool fantasy casting, modeled after what real guys are doing, like finding wrecked Lamborghini Huracans and whatnot, and just using the front portion of the body and then basically hot rodding the rear end, putting like a Chevy V8 or whatever in it. And I thought that's really cool. And then there's those very cool wheels. And so I thought, you know, well, since I got this one, I know there's 2 other versions of this in the mainline edition and Hot Wheels Modified. So Sunday I went in and I thought, well, I know there's at least one available, and well, I found 2. All right, 2 of the Hot Wheels Modified, and for race cars, the Modified series is very cool. But here we have 2 versions. Now we have a short card, which is really neat, and then we have this is the current available color, and I believe that was the first one in this Hot Wheels Modified. And so I was happy to find this one, because there were only 2 in all the pegs that had Hot Wheels on them. There were only two short cards. I probably should have bought them both, but anyways, it's Fantasy Casting, and I'm not going to buy a whole bunch of these, but it's cool to have the 2 colors of this with the same graphics. So that is really neat to have with the Zamac version. So there you go. So I definitely love this Fantasy Casting. And so let's look at some more. Here's another new for 2025 Fantasy Casting, and it's the Slide Burn. And this, well, if you know the original Oldsmobile Tornado from 67, 66, 67, this kind of reminds me of that, but this is a way outrageous custom version of that maybe. But I thought, okay, there is a pink version of this for 2025, and when I saw that I thought, okay, whatever, pink with I think I had the black hood on it, and this has a crazy looking engine in it, and well, those are supposed to be the exhaust here. I thought, you know what, this has a metal body and I love the paint scheme, and it's got plastic chassis. Well, okay, I'm kind of out of focus here. Anyway, so I thought, yeah, why not? I'm definitely going to pick up the Fantasy Castings that I think are cool, and well, that's worth having. Then another Fantasy Casting that I've seen before, it's not new for 2025, I forget when it came out, but another one from the American case is this very cool looking one, the Revenger ST. And there's been other Fantasy Castings that sort of look like Mustangs, and this one is no exception, and I'm not sure when it came out. Let's see if I can catch the copyright date. 2023. Okay, so it was 2024 was the first edition. And well, you know, like I typically don't buy the Fantasy Castings, but in this color it looks absolutely beautiful. Now, definitely Mustang on the back end. On the front, well, it almost looks like it could be a Chrysler, like, or Plymouth, or, well, anyways, it kind of reminds me of this one, which is the Brazilian Dodge Charger. So it could be another Brazilian style Chrysler, maybe, I don't know. But anyways, I thought, yeah, this looks cool in this paint scheme, blue. Now of course it's plastic. There you see the rivets, they look so perfect because it's plastic, so they can, I think they melt them on. I'm not sure if when they rivet on the metal body to plastic chassis, I don't know if it's heated up so they can melt it to this perfect looking shape. But anyways, I thought, yeah, that's really cool. I love it with the black wheels. Those are the aero discs, and just the chrome lip. And hang on a second, I gotta look at it closer. All right, so you see these vents here. It's actually part of the interior unit, which is a chrome, and then you get the chrome louvers on the back, and then you get this piece out back, the taillight panel that's chrome. So overall, these are really cool. Can we get in a little closer? There you go. So this is actually a very cool casting. And I think I'll look for more of these and maybe hopefully find the 2024 version. But that's cool. I thought for fantasy casting, this is pretty nice. So let's look at some, well, premiums. Now here is a great new casting I found. And I already showed it on Freedom Friday. I think it was part 2 that you saw it in. Anyways, I found a second one, and you know, like I told you before, I like to get 2 of each and keep one in the package. This is like the trophy, and then one to take out and enjoy. And then, well, the Pop Culture series has a variety of vehicles in it, and I know they had a Porsche, and I finally found it. Oh, this is so cool. Now for the Top Gun Maverick, they also had that die-cast, I think it's supposed to be an F-15, and that was available. And well, okay, you know, I spent a lot of money buying what I bought, and I thought, okay, well, maybe I won't get the airplane, but, and of course, well, now I want it. But I'm so happy to have the Porsche. This is really nice. So this is a cool casting that I have a lot of other editions of. That was really nice to find. And so let's look at some other ones that have been out, but I finally found them. All right, this is the newest set for 2025. Well, one of the newer sets. And here we have well, this one's been out for several months. And well, this one is a little bit of a peg warmer. So is the Lancia, but I got those 2. And then I saw that one before, but the paint was horrible on it. It was like not enough paint, and it was orange peely, and you know, so I passed up on those because I'm not going to buy something that's not really nice or, you know, in perfect shape as far as Hot Wheels go. And this BMW, I want to find this one, and the Porsche, I could never find it. So of course, the BMW and Porsche are the most popular. And well, I found it. Finally found it. It's so cool. And of course, the 3 Series is great. I love it. 7 Series, you know, they're bigger, and okay, well, you know, like, it's cool, but the 5 Series, right in between, you know, you can get a V8 in this one. Of course, you can get a V8 in 3 Series too, I think, in special modes, but the 5 Series overall is a better looking 3 Series, and it's not so big like a 7 Series, but this is a very cool one to have. And so I love that one. And then, well, like I said, the Porsche was so hard to find, and it was out for at least a couple months, and every time this one was always missing, but I did find 2 of them, and so that's really cool. I love Porsches. I want to keep one in the package and take one out. So both of these are exactly the same. The packages are good, tappos are good, so I want to take one out and let you have a look-see. Now, because I kept missing these, and they were always gone first, you know, on the back of the card, I thought, well, that paint scheme isn't all that great. I thought it's kind of weird. This says Super. I thought the paint scheme was rather odd. I'm not sure if this is actual real car that somebody did this paint scheme in. And okay, but it's copyright 2022. And I thought, okay, well, if I didn't find it, I thought, okay, well, no big deal, because the paint scheme I thought was kind of weird. But I found it, found 2 of them. So I definitely love it now. And any Porsche is worth getting. Yeah, so there you have there. All right, now I absolutely love the Silver Series. And what's really cool is, well, this is number 1 of 5. You get tampos on the side, on the top. You got headlights and you got taillights. And that is really cool. And so that's why they're $5. But I love the wheels on this, and I've been collecting this casting ever since the early 2000s when it came out. Because let's see, can we get the copyright there? So it's copyright 1999, and so it came out for 2000. And this is absolutely beautiful casting of the Ford GT40. And this one I've seen online on other channels, and I thought, well, I can't wait to find these. And here's the cars on the back. Now, the only one I don't really care for is the Fiat 500D Modificato. Now I have a Snoopy version of it, and it has a metal chassis, so that's really cool. But this one, it's just in black, and well, it didn't really appeal to me. But the other 4 I definitely wanted, especially the Porsche. So that is really nice to have. And then number 2 of 5, I think, is the absolute best in this set. Surprise, that one fell on the ground, but it's in the package, and I think it should survive. But anyway, so this is the best one, the Jaguar Lightweight E-Type. And this came out a while back, so it's copyright 2018. And this one has a metal chassis and metal body, so this is absolutely cool. Very beautiful, I love it. And then, well, I found 2 of them, so, oh man. So, you know, when I find 2, I want to take one out. And I love the wheels on it. I love the color, love the stripes. Let that little airplane fly overhead. Oh man, so I gotta take one out. So hang on. Alright, sometimes I can rip open the package and not actually ruin it. I could probably glue it back together. But let's have a look at the car. Wow. And you got the taillight tampos, the white stripe, number 63, and then you got some side tampos for the latch and well, side marker light. And then look at that. Wow, this is absolutely gorgeous. I love the Jaguar E-Type, and well, the Roadster with the hard top roof on it, or the E-Type Coupe. Oh, here, let's see what happens with the orange hand. Absolutely beautiful, I love it. So let's adjust the camera. Now I could bring the turntable out, but I'd have to shore it up and make sure it's level and all that work. And so let's zoom in here. Get a better look. Wow, how cool is that? I'll probably roll it if I put it that way, yep. And we'll put it that way. How beautiful. And it's got the windows all the way around, so very cool there. So let's look at the other 2 I have. All right, the other 2 I have of this set is this very, very cool 71 Nissan Skyline HT 2000 GTR. Now, the Datsun 510 is one of my all-time favorite Datsuns from the early 70s. Well, it came out in the late 60s, 68, 69. And we never got these in North America, but since I found this one, well, actually, since I found the Jada Toys 124 scale version, I absolutely love this car. This is one of the coolest looking early 70s Nissans that were available. And I absolutely love the 6-spoke wheels on it. And the other one is this very cool 67 Porsche 911R. Now this particular one, I first saw it in the Hot Wheels diorama set. And well, it's a very cool casting. It's kind of a outlaw version of it. You see the taillights there. Those aren't regular taillights. So like I said, this is an outlaw version. And well, I first saw it in the Hot Wheels diorama set. Alright, I showed this in my Love the Rollbacks video. So go and check that out if you haven't already. And well, here's the car right here. So that's really neat in yellow. And I have to be honest, if you look at the back end styling, they didn't quite get the roofline right, but that doesn't matter because it's very cool. And I only got one of these, and well, I kind of don't want to take it out because the artwork is very cool and I love it. So let's see, what else have I got? Okay, I got something else to show you that I think is pretty cool. And so let's pause and we'll get back to those. Alright, the last one I want to show you is a new for 2025, part of the US packaging. And this is a casting I really wanted to find. And well, I actually found 3 of them. Well, there's one. I don't think you noticed that. Something about that first one, but then I found a second one. I thought very cool, and you know, it'd be kind of nice to swap out the wheels. And as you know, I like to find 2 of everything. And well, what I didn't notice about one of them, which I have to keep in the package now, is where you see, you know, you got the open window with the vent window there. This one, I thought, what? Something's wrong with the windshield. And then I realized, wait a minute, the whole windshield unit is put in backwards. Look at that. You got the open window and a vent window in the back. What? And then, well, hang on. Let's have a closer look. Well, you shouldn't have windshield wipers on the back window, should you? I thought, holy cow, this is a real cool error. They put the whole window unit in backwards. So I'm glad I got 3 because I can keep one good one in the package, one error in the package, and take one out. So let's take one out. All right, I love it. Now, if you watch old movies like The Italian Job, the original one, or any old movies, you'll see this particular Alfa Romeo as a police car. Let me get a focus here. Now, of course, this is racing version. Oh, I don't know what's happening here. Maybe this will happen. Or maybe, whoop. Okay, I'm having trouble focusing here. Oh, hang on. I gotta adjust. Let's go to, oh, there we go. Oh, got a little more in. Okay, now we can adjust. So any classic old Italian movie where there's car chase and stuff, you'll see this particular Alfa Romeo as a police car, and I think that's really cool. So this is a great new casting, and I love the fact that they put the taillights and license plate on. You got the little chrome exhaust sticking out the back, And so there you go. So anyways, I hope you enjoy my video. It was a long one this time, but I found some very cool cars. And oh yeah, you gotta love them. So thanks for watching. Hit that like. Please subscribe. I want to get to 2,000 subscribers. It's taken a while, but I hope to get there. And of course, if you love Porsches, I got plenty more to show where that came from. So thanks again. I'll catch you on the next one.